I believe, we had a lot of slow starts. If anything, a lot of penalties.
Caught you guys off guard. You tried to adjust to.
They did a good job. I think that we knew it was going to be a battle back and forth in this game. I knew that it was going to be a tough of will in the end.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. The offenses for the Steelers and the Ravens entered Sunday's meeting red hot. So of course, Sunday's game turned into an old-fashioned typical Steelers and Ravens game. The Steelers limited Baltimore's explosive passing game to 205 yards and stopped a 2-point conversion try with just over 1 minute remaining. And Chris Boswell kicked 6 field goals as they handed the Ravens an 18-16 defeat in the first of 2 meetings between the two teams this season. The Steelers forced 3 turnovers in the game, 2 fumbles and an interception as they beat the Ravens for the 8th time in their past 9 meetings and extended their lead in the AFC North in what was their first division game of the season. Russell Wilson, making his 4th start for the Steelers, threw for 205 yards with 1 interception, while the Steelers rushed for 122 yards.
I believe, we had a lot of slow starts. If anything, a lot of penalties, 3 turnovers, stuff like that we can't have in these type of games. This environment, knowing it's a divisional game, that's still a rivalry. It's the one who have more possession of the ball and keeping it safe, and we didn't do a good job at that.
Were you seeing any sort of different looks from the Steelers defense that prevented you guys from getting up to a faster start?
Nah, like I said, it was first and long a lot, second and long a lot. We were just trying to get back on track, and we wasn't having success. And I don't even think we converted any third downs. I don't know.
Lamar, what was supposed to happen on that 2-point try?
It was a QB. It was a QB run. They just stopped it. They did a good job.
Lamar, you mentioned some of the long distance plays because you're behind the chains. Penalties a big part of that. What's it going to take for you guys to cut down on penalties? I mean, both sides of the ball, it's been a problem at different times throughout the year.
I mean, we can't control when the refs want to make their calls. That's their job. They got to make those calls. We just got to try to do a good job at not having penalties. Not holding, lining up in the right formation, stuff like that. Just being smart. And not saying my teammates are slow or anything like that, because they're not. But it's like, we just got to play a great game, a safe, 100% safe game, no penalties.
Lamar, why do you think when you play the Steelers, these mistakes seem to happen, the turnovers, the penalties? It seems to be a common denominator when these two teams get together.
I can't call it. I feel like we was taking strides in the right direction, and then it'll be something happen, but I can't call it.
That initial turnover on the first drive, is that sort of throw a down note to even start on? Was it tough to kind of recover from that?
No, we brushed that off. That was first quarter. Game's not won in the first quarter. I've never seen any NFL game won in the first quarter. So we just had too many though. After that one, it was a couple more, and one more in interception. So it's like we can't be having those in these type of games.
I feel like you guys had momentum after Russ's interception, the one done in the end zone, and then you guys get the ball back with the chance. I think it was 15 minutes. Did you guys feel like you had momentum, like, hey, we got a shot to take the lead in this?
Yeah, but I believe on that drive, we had a penalty on that drive too. When we got positive yards and explosive plays, so it's like that's taking the momentum from us. It went back to those guys.
And then, kind of on top of that, like, what's it like when, you go down, then you go for the tie, and you get the 2-point play, with a chance to win it?
We just got to get it. We just got to get that.
Mark, at this point of the season, 12 weeks in, you guys have talked about the penalties and things, and that's kind of happened a few times. How would you describe the level of frustration with you guys with that stuff?
It's annoying. We busting our behinds out there just like anybody else. We trying to put points on the board, and it's like we getting costly penalties each and every drive. Like every time we was out there, I believe it was almost a penalty each and every drive. It's like, that's crazy, but it's part of football. We just got to overcome it and put points on the board, because those guys had 16 points. What it was, 16, 18, something like that. 16, 18 score. Yeah, we gotta put more points on the board.
Do you think with the penalties and the turnovers that you guys feel like you're your own biggest detriment? It wasn't really but what you guys did, you feel?
Absolutely. It's been that way for ever since last year, I believe. Going back to the AFC Championship game, we killed ourselves. Chiefs game, the opener, killed ourselves. Raiders, we killed ourselves. And today, same thing. It's just like we can't be beating ourselves in these type of games. We got to find a way to fix that.
I know you don't play defense, don't play special teams, but is it frustrating that to see the defense have a great game like this? You guys have had so many great games on offense, just the few times you've been able to put together a complete game as a team.
Yeah, I was hot about that. Our defense played great today, man. They held a great team, great offense to 18 points, and we just scored 16 points. We've been putting up all these points all this year. It's annoying.
Going back to Jameson's question a little bit about the performances here, and do you feel like there's any mental pressure on yourselves to perform in this week? We know you guys take this seriously. You talk about the importance of beating the Steelers every year. Is that part of what you think might lead to some of these mistakes?
Yeah, if anything, we just be too hyped at the beginning, because I believe when we settle down, we start making things happen. In this type of game, it's a momentum game. It was swinging for both teams, and those guys had that swing at the end.
Didn't necessarily see as much on film. What were some of the things that might have caught you guys off guard that you had to adjust to?
They did a good job. I think that we knew it was going to be a battle back and forth in this game. I knew that it was going to be a tough of will in the end. That's just how these games are. It was huge for us to be able to respond. I think that we reacted, and responded really well on certain things, especially, as the game went on. We kind of started figuring out what they were trying to do, and I think we just stayed the course.
Darnell's become a bigger part of the game
Say
plan.
again?
Darnell's become a bigger part of the game plan in recent weeks, not so many catches. How have you seen him improve just since you've been here?
Yeah, Darnell's been so big for us. Obviously, him in the run game, him in the passing game. Obviously, he caught that big seam up the middle, which was a huge play for us. I think that he's done some really, really good things. We got great confidence in him, and so that was another key part to the game.
Playing in the NFC West and the AFC West, what was it like your first experience of this rivalry?
Man, just the passion, man. Just winning. Winning's everything. Just to be able to get a huge win, that was really big. I think obviously to play in front of our fans. Obviously it's my first time, and obviously it's such an honor to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And what a gift it is, and to wear the black and gold, and to be in front of our fans for the first time. Obviously the amount of history, we knew this was going to be a game of a long battle throughout. We knew it was going to come down to the wire, and we were able to pull it out. Our defense was unbelievable all night. Obviously guys like TJ Cam, Minka. I thought Peyton Wilson's play was a heck of a play. Deshaun Elliott's been playing so great for us. So just I thought it was a great team effort, and I think obviously for a guy like Queen to be able to step up and make some big plays against the team he used to play for, I knew that meant a lot to him too as well.
Russ, when you come into a game like this, are you anticipating it's going to be a dogfight, and when it unfolds the way it does, do you play just a little bit more careful, a little bit more close to the vest, if you will?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us, knowing that it was going to come down to the wire, is just staying calm in the midst of it, and staying calm in the midst of the storm of the game. I think that we did a really good job of that, as the fourth quarter went on and the game went on. We knew that it was going to be battle. It was kind of, ugly at first how physical the game was, and penalties and this and that, and we just had to get rid of some of the penalties. We were putting ourselves in 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 20 too much. And as the game came down to it, we were obviously able to get some key first downs and key moments too as well.
Did you know that Fields was going to be used in some of those late game situations?
Yeah, we had a whole cool package for him. Obviously, Justin's so talented. Man, he's such a great teammate, and just whatever it takes for us to win and get another first down was key. I think obviously he did a really good job on that zone read and just reading it out. And I think that the biggest thing is that we have a really good package. He's such a great athlete and can do so many things for us. So we were ready for that too.
Russ, last week, you guys needed your offense to step up in a critical moment. You were able to do it. This week, you need the critical 2-point stop. You get it from the defense. What are you learning about your team in these late crunch time moments?
Yeah, I think the best teams in the world, the teams I've been on that are championship teams, and everything else, is everybody does it together. And I think that we've been able to do it on offense. We've been able to do it on defense. We've been able to do it on special teams with Boz. I mean, we got the best kicker in the world. And so I just think that, just to be able to do it together and have fun while doing it. Nobody cares about stats or anything like that. We just care about the one stat that only matters is the winning. And I think that's been huge for us. And to obviously take the lead in the AFC North and really, think about it. I think it's 2-game lead right now, right? 1.5, yeah, almost 2, round up. But and then obviously going into this week, knowing that we're playing a really talented football team in Cleveland, I'm not sure if they won or lost today, but I just know that they're going to be ready to go. They're a tough place to play. It's a tough environment, and so we're going to have to bring our best and know that we're going to have to respond again. And so, knowing that we're going to have to play, 2 games in 10 days essentially, or whatever it is, and really a few days, I think that's a big thing for us to be able to respond, and that'll be a great test, a test for us, and we'll be ready to go.
How does it hit lines against that team? How big was this win?
It was huge. Obviously, when you think about the best teams in football, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens are up there, and so we got the best talent in the world on that field today, on a historic field. There's been some all-time greats, some of the greatest players to ever play in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform on that field, and so to be wearing this jersey, to be out there to compete, and to know that we got a huge win together, that was huge. And I think that we just got to stay the course. There's a lot more football left. We got to stay humble. We got to stay hungry. We got to get better. There's so much opportunity for us to get better too. I mean, I think the opportunities in the red zone, like, we got to make those plays. We got to find a way to get them in, and so we're going to do that. And we were able to do it last week. We just got to respond this week. We knew it was going to be tough. We knew they were going to respond, and make plays. But we got to make those, and we're going to do that. And so that's the great thing. That's the good news. Is there's so much more out there. But to get a huge win, at home against the Ravens was really, really massive.
How does it impact an offense to have Boswell the way he's performing?
Yeah, I think that when you have so many great players, I think obviously Boz is he's always been one of the best in the game, and he's showing that again tonight. He showed that again today, just how clutch he is in so many crucial moments. I mean, when you really think about it, championship games, championship moments, they come down to crucial kicks like that a lot. And when you got a guy that you can trust and know that he's gonna, you have no fear in it. We just believe in him, and he works at it. There's no surprise. It's not shocking because he works at it every day, and he loves it. And he's a great teammate. He's a great leader. He's composed. He's confident. He's everything that you want to be. He's got quarterback in him. He's got grit. He's got guts, and I think that's a huge thing to have a guy like that kicking the ball for us.
What do you guys have to clean up in the red zone?
We had some few opportunities. George almost came down with that one. That would have been big. We had a couple other opportunities that we just didn't capitalize on. We just got to make the play. I mean, I think it is, we can, search and talk about plays all we want. We got great plays. Obviously, we showed that last week and all the weeks before that. I think the biggest thing is this: we just got to make the play this week, and we'll play cleaner. I think that I try to give Darnell a shot down there in the red zone. Obviously we needed a play, we needed a touchdown, and I was trying to throw it up to the big man, and they made a play. Unfortunately, I think that GP almost had that one. He makes those all the time, and I think we have so much confidence in those guys, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going after it. We'll play better. I'll play better down there too, and we'll just play cleaner. I think that's the biggest thing. And it's just at the end of the day, when you play in these kind of championship type games, not everything's going to go your way. As you saw on their end too, they got a lot of great players that didn't go their way, vice versa. And I think that we were able to stay the course and make plays when we needed to.
We're just trying to alley-oop it there to Darnell.
Yeah, I was trying to throw it alley-oop. Big boy up there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. So that can happen. Just trying to give him a chance, but unfortunately, they made the play. But I have confidence in them again. But I think the biggest thing is just we were able to respond. I think Peyton Wilson's play right after that, picking Lamar. That was a heck of a play by him. So. I told him in the locker room, shout out to NC State, he made a great play there. But man, just, it was just, that's how we respond, when things go well, when things don't go well. Last week, made some big plays when we needed to. And this week, the defense made some big plays when we needed. It's just all of it's together. And that's the fun part about this team, man. It's just the confidence, the love, the passion, the joy, man, wearing the black and gold. Man, we're just having fun and we love winning. So we got to go and get this one this week, and we got great confidence in who we are and what we can do, and we got to stay the course.
Get back to Justin. How important is it, not only tactically, but also just to keeping Justin engaged, to have him do packages like that? How important is it, not just tactically, but just keeping him engaged?
Yeah, and I think the big thing about our quarterback room is we work every day, man. We love this game. I believe that Justin Fields is a franchise, quarterback. He's done it. He's a great player. He's a great teammate. He's a hard worker, and we just love doing this thing together, man. I think Kyle, he's been in the games before. All three of us have, played some big time football. We've been having experience, and to be able to lead this team and to, really lead the quarterback room too. It's a big part of just, my joy of this season is just to be able to, just play with great guys, man. Just love this game, and it's all about us together. We're doing it. We're having fun while doing it. Obviously, Justin was able to pick up the big first down, twice there, or once there, and he had another big run. That slide rule. I hate that slide rule, but he almost had that there. And it's just, so I think that we're all doing this together, and we're having fun while doing it, and got so much confidence in them.
Two more here. Traditionally, you get 24 hours to savor a win.